beautiful people. Thank you. Thank you for all you've been doing. Thank you for the love. My last video was banger. It was so massive. The love was, I give it to you. Thank you for being there. Thank you for everything. Yeah, today's video is on popular demand. People have been asking me, oh, Toby, oh, so sorry you went through this. How did you survive? How did you cope? Blah, blah, blah. I'm like, I don't want to start telling everybody one by one. I'm like, okay, let me just do a video to like explain how I coped or what I experienced, what I went through during that period. You know, it wasn't an easy journey for me. I won't lie to you. After the decision was made, after everything, and I realized that, wow, this is new me. I wasn't happy. We started looking for a lawyer to see if there's anything that can be done. And most lawyers that we contacted will say, oh, it's too late. You should have done this when you were this. There's nothing that can be done. Once they make a decision, that is the end. You just have to look for another means to get your paper sorted out. And at that time, I did not have another means. The only option left was going to take a long time. And I'm like, am I going to wait this long time to get my papers sorted out? What will I be doing? I was scared. Oh, they say immigration officer is going to be on you. You cannot walk. You cannot do anything. I wasn't happy. I thought of going back to Nigeria. I was like, okay, I've spent 3 years now and I'm not doing nothing, thinking I'm going to sort this issue out. And it had still come back the way it started. I'm like, I'm going to go back home. Now I have a baby. And I was thinking, will I take my baby back home? Who is going to look after him for me? If I give him to my mom, I need to be giving her money for his upkeep. I don't know. Fear of the unknown, what's going to happen. Then the job, my teaching job that left, will I be accepted back in that school? Will I move forward? How will I start again? I'm okay. Maybe I should do some Montessori courses and then use that to like develop myself. So maybe that will also sell me out more in the teaching sector in Nigeria. And I thought of my husband. I've come to join my partner. What will happen to him? Would that be the end of the marriage? I wasn't happy. I thought of everything. I wasn't happy. But at the same time, I'm like, I can't stay like this. I was waking up and sleeping. All the exams I did, they were all coming out good. I wasn't happy even with my results because I'm like, what is the essence of my results? I can't even use it to work because I do not have work permits. I do not have papers. How will I sort this out? My husband was doing a great job. He was consoling me, preaching to me in every way, just to make me get out of this situation. But I wasn't getting that because I'm like, this was a mistake. It wasn't my fault. I've done my own part and nothing can be done regarding it. I wasn't happy. He was trying to make me happy, but it affected my marriage because the emotion was no more there. I was thinking of what will happen to my life. Is this how I will be? I'm like, for how long am I going to wait? I'm scared they're going to deport me. Will I go back to Nigeria ashamed? Blah, blah, blah. I told my parents. Everybody was worried for me. They were really, really worried. I went to a series of lawyers and they were like, on that issue, there's nothing that can be done. You just have to look for another means. All the options they were given, I do not meet up with the criteria. The only option left was my son when he grows up, and I'm like, what will I be doing? As if that was not enough, we had issue with accommodation because then my husband was now doing, we're now a family of 3. So he's getting, and he's also a student. He was going to school, supporting the family, caring for the kids. While I was not doing, I was not contributing a dime. I was eating, I was living well because he provides, but I was not living a comfortable, a fulfilling life. I can't buy what I want to buy at whenever I want it. I can't change my hairstyle when I want to do it. Because if my husband gives me money today, will he give me money tomorrow? But I say, oh, I don't want this again. Things like that. I wasn't happy. I'm like, I can't send money back to my people. I can't do anything. I was redundant. When I wake up in the morning, I see neighbors going to work. I am just at home, not doing nothing. I wasn't doing anything. The only consolation then was my son. I would cry and cry, and when I look at him, I'm like, okay, there's still a reason to live. But at the same time, when I look at it again, everything would just overwhelm me again, and I'll start crying. I will cry and cry and cry. Woo! I can tell the story now because I think I've healed up and I've moved on, and God has showed me mercy. But it wasn't an easy journey. I'm not asking to listen to this, to watch this video for you to pity me. I am telling you this to please do whatever you can to stay legal in the UK or wherever country you find yourself. If you have to be under immigration control, please, being an illegal citizen is not an option. It is a very, very bad experience. I went through it. We moved from an area and we need to move to another place, and I need to change JP, and I couldn't do that because they were asking for my documents and I did not have, and they were not even ready to listen. They were not ready to listen. In the process, I had my second child, and I was billed like up to £7,000 to pay for maternity fees, and I'm like, where am I going to get that? I'm not all my explanation fell into that. They're like, oh, we understand, but that is the rules. And I understand because they're doing their job as well. I have to bring my document. I said, okay, I give it to my children here. They've got their red book. They've got their birth certificate. They were like, yeah, darling, you have to bring your documents, blah, blah, blah. And I couldn't do that. And the immigration were calling me because they've reported me at the hospital that was illegal, and I've come to use the NHS service, and they were writing me letters. They were calling me on the phone to say, oh, you have to go back to your country. Immigration officers came to my house like 3 times. On one occasion, they met me and my baby. It was still my first child then. They met us in the house. I didn't just bang the door, and because I didn't know, I just opened the door and they were like, they showed me the ID. Oh, blah, blah, blah. Are you this? I said, yes, I am. I'm like, oh, we've got the report. You're in the country without your documents. Have you got any ID on you? As at that time, I do not have any ID because I'm supposed to use my papers to sort out some IDs, get some identity proof. I did not have anything. I only showed them my expired school ID, and they were like, oh no, this is not what we need. I said, I do not have, because I thought that was going to be the end. They're going to take me and my son that very day. My son was busy jumping about. He didn't even know. It was just 2 years plus. He didn't even know what was happening. So they look at me and they wrote a lot of things on their paper, and they're like, the immigration officer turned to his colleague, and I don't know what they said to themselves, and they said, okay, and they left. Whew. That night I couldn't sleep. I thought of everything. As if that was not enough. The hospital they were calling me. I was due to give birth. At that time, they were like, oh, have you paid your hospital bill? You need to pay this. So I was scared that could it be that they won't attend to me when I fall into labor? Will they attend to me? Are they waiting for me to give birth so they can take me and the child from the hospital to the airport straight? Serious fears in my mind that very period. I did not have a dime. I could not call a penny mine. Yes, my partner was trying. He was doing what he could, but it was not enough because we are now family of 4 now, and one person doing this. It was serious. It was a serious experience. Please do whatever you can to stay legal. Don't just try whatever you can do not to run out of your status, please, because life is difficult with that status. Life is difficult as an illegal immigrant. It was difficult for me. I couldn't do anything. I couldn't do anything. I go about in the cold. I don't have work. I don't have a job. So who's going to buy me a car? I need to have my license to register for driving classes. I can't do all those things. Then I was just waking up and sleeping. no plan for whatever, because without, in the UK, without your status, there's no plan to move forward. You cannot do anything until when you get that paper sorted out. That's when you can begin your life. It was like a case of what the Bible said, that during the end time, when rapture will take place, the Antichrist will come, and you cannot buy, you cannot sell except you have the mark. I couldn't approach some places because they have to ask for the document. I'm like, oh, I've got such an experience, I can teach, but even there are schools in my area, but they will, who is gonna, I can't even go in because you have to have your documents. I couldn't do anything. I was just, it was a difficult experience, difficult situation for me, you know. So that was how I went through over 4 years staying illegal in the UK. I was not myself. I'm like, people will be like, oh, Toby has traveled, she's now enjoying, I'm like, I'm not enjoying anything. I was not enjoying anything. The only consolation I was that, okay, I've got my kids, so I focus on them. And at times, if I can't offer them what they should have, if I can't support them in terms of finance, you know, maybe they need more toys to play, I can't get that. It's only what my partner could provide, and it was not enough, and I can't blame him because his hands are full already. He's got his own issues as well, you know, as a lady, as a wife, as a mother, as a woman, and I can't boast of a penny. I can't even call my parents and say, oh, how are you guys doing? I don't have credit card. You know, I have to live. I was just living on the mercy of my husband till faith, grace, mercy finally finds me. You don't want to miss out on how I got that sorted out. Thank you so much, everybody. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel if you haven't. Like my page, share my videos, let it get to whoever, you know. And I'll be back in my next video.